watched the film 4 times of the Kentucky game, and I want to ask you, because if I see it right, because you're the expert, the thing that impressed me was guys missed so many open shots, but the effort was to get that open, the effort was great. Again, ton of missed shots, but effort. Is that a silver lining?
I was really disappointed in the game when I was there. And as always, when you watch the film, in fact, I did something for you guys today. I've actually put together some parts of the game that after this little segment you have with the players, if anybody wants to stop by the film room, I'll show you some things. Maybe that way it helps educate you or educate me or helps us be on the same page. So I'm going to try to do that a little bit as the surprise deal for the year. Number one, the number of missed inside-outside shots, I was amazed at. That's always what we're trying to get, inside-outside, because the guys are more, squared up on an inside-out shot. Cassius missed 2 late, dead nut shots. Xavier missed 1, not as good a shooter. Arnie missed 1 wide open shot. I have no problem with most of our shot selections. The second part of it, I didn't realize when you're sitting at the game how far out 3 of those threes were. And the two fouling of the 3-point shooters was really a shame. And that part was disappointing because that's 6 free throws they got. So when I go through it, I can look at a lot of things. Our defense, they shot 38%, we shot 39%. Our defense was pretty good. Our rebounding ended up even. That is a much bigger team than us. Probably a little disappointing to me. I didn't think we offensive rebounded as well. Disappointing our shooting, but it's going to happen. Theirs wasn't so much better. They shot 38, and they shot 33 from the 3. The things that I think we could have corrected is the turnovers, and you can't correct missed shots. You just got to shoot the ball better. So I'd say that's a fair evaluation. That's the bright spot for me. I'll look forward to a chance of playing him again.
Tom, you took Cassius out twice and used 2 different guys in that backup point guard spot. Do you see continuing to kind of experiment with those 2 different options there?
I had 3 different options, if you want the truth. Rocket played a little bit of it. Foster played a little bit of it. And actually, Jack played a couple minutes on the defensive end. No, I'm hoping that, we're going to spend some time with Foster today. Played really well today in practice. Confidence is funny, with him, with Rocket shooting, young guys. Confidence is a funny thing. So, I don't know what our rotation will be like yet, but that's why I said these early games is when you get to do that. I don't know if anybody saw Jim Boeheim's comments from his game last night. I don't know if you saw Bill Self's comments. As much as it is great for the community, for the fan base, for the media, for ESPN, it's very difficult to play in these big games this early when nobody knows what anybody's doing. What was that game last night? 46-34? Is that what it ended up? Something like that. A lot of turnovers. I think there were 70 turnovers in the night at our place with the 4 teams, So that part has been very difficult, to be honest with you. And that's why I'm not trying to read into too much, just try to understand. But it's also hard to get guys time, confidence, I won't say the school, I'll just say I talked to a guy one time that never played any road games, never played against much competition. And one of his big things was his players get confidence. The guys that are supposed to score 15 score 20. Your parents are happy. There's a lot of good things that I've learned throughout the years from a couple different guys. I just never abided by it. I'm a glutton for punishment. I kind of want everybody mad at me. I think I work better that way.
I'm a freshman, specifically Rocket and Malik, obviously, that you kind of went back and watched it. How would you?
I thought Rocket defensively was dynamite. He missed a couple of good shots. I didn't think he was aggressive enough. I think he's got to get in the paint a little bit more. We talked about that today. But, defensively, which I thought would be the problem, he was very good. Offensively, just getting in the flow of things a little bit. Now, remember, Kentucky, John thinks that's one of his best defensive teams. So part of it was them too. They did a good job, and they contested a lot of shots, and they had size and length, something we don't have.
How do you, for a guy like Rocket, good shooter all his life, he hits a slump right now, how do you get him out of his own head? Is it possible with coaching, or is it just a thing individually he's got to do?
I don't think 0 for 4 is a slump.
Well, you know, you mentioned he had been struggling with.
Yeah, but I mean, this is so early in the season. I don't, I talked to him today about just keep shooting the ball. Rocket can shoot it almost any time like Cassius. Foster's got to do a little bit more of that. I think there's a lot of hesitant guys, and the pugnants will say that that's me. I got the green light to shoot the ball. You got to make shots. You got to get your own confidence. You got to man up. That's what everybody's got to do. But I don't look at 0 for 4 as anything major. I don't think he shot the ball as well. I did say that lately. Early on, he shot the ball really well. So he'll get through that. I'm not worried about Rocket. He's tough enough to handle that.
Is that one of those things where shooters just got to shoot more?
Shooters got to shoot, and shooters got to live in here. And you live in here all summer, then all of a sudden, school gets in the way. And where a lot of teams went out there on Saturday or Sunday, we went out Monday after school. So school gets in the way here.
What about Malik too? Was it kind of just one of those? His first game looked like he was going about 150 miles an hour.
That's exactly what I said. I kept saying, slow down, slow down, slow down. I told him when he went in, now don't take the first shot. At least get a sweat. He was in there in 20 seconds, and he gets the first 3 and he takes it. But that's what freshmen are going to do. If you're beating a team by 25 because you're playing someone that you should beat, that's no big deal. But if you're in Madison Square Garden playing Kentucky, every possession matters. What did we end up with? 22 field goals. They had 19. So our defense must have been pretty good too. They didn't shoot it so good. But boy, they had one guy that hit a couple of shots tonight. Give Maxey credit. He was better than I even thought. When you think of those driving shots he made, those were tough shots. 3 of the 3s were ridiculous shots. Give him credit. He hit them.
Are there things that early in the season you would like to try, but that a game like Kentucky really doesn't just allow you to do it? Like, how much more would you be willing to test drive a little bit in a game like that?
A lot. That is the problem. Talked about changing ball screen coverages a little bit. There's just so much you can get in that first week, and not knowing enough about them. We thought, looking at the injury, what's his name wouldn't play. I'm going to ask John if you put a fake boot on them there in that last game. So you just don't know who they have or what they're going to do, and you don't know much about when teams are playing a lot of freshmen. Now, they played some sophomores, but a couple of those guys didn't play much last year either. Then they bring in the transfer. We're looking at film from Bucknell. So, you don't have enough. It's very difficult, and I'm afraid it's going to be this way now if everybody thinks everybody should transfer whenever they want. I think it's going to get harder, I really do. And so I don't know, how that's going to change because, we have a game here and a game there, but if you look at our next, Virginia Tech just beat Clemson at Clemson, so I'm not sure, we got many games we're going to be doing any experimenting against. It's going to be harder on the freshmen, but I still think it'll help us in the long run.
How did you think Marcus played in his first game of his sophomore year out there?
Marcus was a bright spot because he rebounded the ball pretty good. He did some things, didn't shoot it really well, made his dunks, but I thought he was more aggressive. He was decent defensively. The problem, guys, if you look at the plus-minus charts that the NBA uses, I'm not a big analytics guy, but his analytical reading wasn't very good because it's not that you make a dunk, it's not that you get a rebound over the rim. How do you play within that group? Are you stepping up on ball screens? Are guys doing things differently? Those are the hard things about when you see a guy play and you get enamored when he makes a shot or makes a dunk. Marcus took a big step forward. Still got a long ways to go to continue to build on what we need to win games.
How do you feel the guys are adjusted to that new line, the new three-point line? Is that going to take a little bit of time, do you think?
Yeah, I've been disappointed in the new three-point line, but I'm disappointed and what I got in practice here. I think the three-point line should be the NBA line I always did. We got 3 lines on the court. You know, our guys are shooting from everywhere. The difference is, like Rocket, the high school line is almost 4 feet different than the new college line. And we're catching a lot of our guys shooting it at the NBA gray line here. Usually the difference every foot out is probably 10 percentage points for the average guy. So some of those guys are 20 percentage points less. So if you shot 40 in high school, you might be shooting 20 here right now, which you ain't winning any games doing that. So that's going to be an adjustment for our guys. And for Cassius Winston or Joey Hauser, that line could be at half court, it doesn't matter. But for 90% of the guys, there's a big difference.
When you said the three-point fouling was a little bit of a shame, you mean the way they closed out, or the call, or overzealous?
Maybe all of the above. We thought they kicked their legs once. We thought in the first one he kind of jumped into him, but Cash kind of jumped up. I mean, we were there contesting.
So the contesting was proper?
It was pretty good. I thought one time we jumped in. I thought one time they jumped in. I thought one time he went on the side of them. They kicked their feet. They're tough calls, but they might all have been good. And I don't have any problem with it, just that the guy we fouled went 6 for 6 from the line. That's a problem.
A couple sequences where I think where you had Aaron maybe bring it up and initiate the offense, and Cassius was off the ball. Is that something that will be expanded upon, or?
Yeah, I mean, we want to try to get Cash off the ball sometimes, just not to wear him out.
Right.
But hopefully, if we get into a real rotation where we've got 8 or 9 guys and we're kind of setting our minutes, DJ does. But when you get 5 starters out of the game in the first half, those rotations go to hell, and nobody knows what they are. So those things are a little more difficult, and we're going to see if we can work. I wouldn't read into a lot this first game. Tough competition. What I would read into is it was a pretty even game most of the way, considering who we had in the game. They went on that run little spurt where we miss a wide open 3, go down and follow them on a 3, and all of a sudden 45-41 turns into 52-41 or whatever it was. And then we bounced back, and I took a lot of, I liked the fight in us. We came back, we made some good plays, some good shots, some good drives. I didn't think we were aggressive enough. Aaron made that good drive, but Aaron didn't play the whole first half. Rocket, I think, has got to drive it a little bit more. Like I said, I got a lot out of it. A few bad things, probably more good things. I'm just hope I get another shot at it.
Kithier's running around and banging pretty good right now.
Kithier did a pretty good job, consider the side difference and everything. I was pleased with his play.
Marble missed a couple weeks of practice. How much did he lose by being out that long, and where's he in his?
But I was encouraged by how he played. It was only 3-4 minutes, but not only did he play okay, but somebody said we had 3 freshmen in there. Marcus, a sophomore.
Yep.
And
Arns was the 5th. You're talking about the end of the first half?
Yeah.
Arns was the 5th, I think.
Yeah, it was the 3
who was
freshmen.
our point guard?
What, Rocket? Or no, or Lawyer. Lawyer was.
Well, Foster was in that point, yeah.
Lawyer,
So, that's
Lawyer, Watson,
not the
Arns.
lineup that was a polite laugh, I want you to know. Looked at it as a very polite.
Don't look at me and smirk.
Somebody's mother's going to be mad at you, but I won't. No, but that was not the lineup to be playing against Kentucky.
Right.
And Brendan said that, not me. But
you kind of survived it.
we survived.
That lead could have went to 15.
It could have, and instead it went to 10. And so I think we got a long way to go. But I think there was no team that I saw that night that I'm going to bed and saying, how the hell are we going to beat them?
Now, Marble looked a little rusty in the Albion game, I assume because he had the 2 weeks off. So he's on the way back. Where do you see, is he, how much, is he still, regaining from the time off?
Yeah, I don't know who's going to be our rotation, We went to Gonzaga, and Marcus was the starter. We played the other night, and Marcus was the 3rd big off the bench. I don't know. They're going to determine that, Time's going to determine that a little bit, but I just don't think you can analyze it all right now because there's probably a lot of experts that know what I should do, but I don't know what I should do. So until I figure that out, it's going to take some time.
What is your daily